Attention, attention. This is team number 9, Yankee Uniform Echo, announcing that the recording for the net has begun. TY9YUG.
Attention, attention. This is your Telnet C of the day. This is your NET controller, TY4 Limo Echo India. Uh, for tonight's net, I'll begin with a call in. You can begin now.
Team number 9, Yankee Uniform Echo.
Tin Number 3, Whiskey November Golf.
Ticket number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha.
Ticket number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf.
Yacht number 2, Gulf Echo India.
Okay, you forgot to turn off the mic.
Team number 2, Delta November Golf.
Okay, I have Tinyat number 9, Yankee Uniform Echo, Tinyat number 3, Whiskey November Golf. 10 yacht number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha. 10 yacht number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf. 10 yacht number 2, Golf Alpha, Golf Echo India. 10 yacht number 2, Delta November Golf. Is there anybody else who would like to sign in, call in? You may begin now. Okay, nothing is heard. So for tonight's topic, there's something. Maybe I'll give it a try. This is a subject that I never thought about. But I'll give it a try for myself, see what I can come up with for an answer. But I would like to hear what you guys think. Um, the topic is when you come across a disagreement, like how do you handle it? That would be the question of the day. That's something I got to work on because I never. I just cut people out. That's how I do. But yeah, I would like to hear what you guys have to say. Let's start with 10 yacht number 3, Whiskey November Golf.
10 yacht number 3, Whiskey November Golf. So I feel like when I handle disagreements, I think I do pretty well with it. I usually try to compromise or kind of like communicate like how I'm feeling and try to like listen to the other person. But then again, I'm gonna say this: it depends on who you are, and what my relationship like is with you. But most of the time, I will try to communicate. And if there's like no way of communicating, because like to the other person, it's just like no, 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 me, like my shit's right. You're not listening, and like I'm just being like overtalked and overstepped. I'll be like, okay, understood, and then I'll walk away, and I'm fine from there. And I'll try to come back later if needed, or I'll just be like, it's not that big of a deal because it is what it is. But say it was like my ex family, like my ex sister, Samantha, the one who was a drug addict. When we used to deal with disagreements, we just we be yelling at each other, and she's one of those people who will be like, okay, I'm gonna chase after you. I'm gonna be like, no, don't do it. I was like, I need my space. You get away from me. You better not talk to me. You better not breathe the same air as me. Do not get near me. But she'll come up to me and try to be like poking the bear, and then try to like gaslight me and be manipulative. And then the next thing you know we're throwing hands at each other, and we're going back and forth. And eventually ex-mom steps in and she's like, fine, you guys want to kill each other? Here. And she'll give us the tools to do it. She's like, figure it out. Like, at least one of you guys will be quiet, and I can get my peace. So, that's how things used to be handled with that ex-sister. With my other ex-sister, Christina, we just do not talk to each other. We'll eventually come back to each other, but we'll go like 3, 4, 5 months without talking to each other. And then we come back and then we communicate and then we fine. And that's how we handle disagreements. But usually I don't do none of that. I'm more like, I'll communicate with you, but if you're not willing to communicate with me, that's fine too. I'll walk away, and we'll communicate when we're both in a better mindset. And that's that. So that's how I usually handle disagreements. I'm not so much of a scrapper no more. So yeah, back to you. 10 yacht number 3, Whiskey November Golf.
That sounds quite a way you got there. But yeah, it's a lot better than mine because I don't even know how to handle one. How about 10 yacht number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha?
10 yacht number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha. Good evening, everybody on the net. Shazwan Gijang. Conflict resolution. So, when I was younger, I didn't have many skills in that area. I would either allow the person to just simply roll over me and take advantage of whatever it is, or I'd give in. I'd roll over and just give in because it was easier. I wouldn't stand up for myself, and I wouldn't have a clear intent in mind of what it was the other person, whoever was the aggressor. I was showing my belly to him. I just was just non-confrontational. As I got older, I learned that if I did that, and especially I can say with my ex-husband, he taught me how to defend myself when things would get heated, especially with conflict, and that was a lot of it on a daily. So I learned how to take care of myself. So before anything would pop off, the first thing I do is I would clarify for myself what I wanted to get out of it and prepare. The second part of that would be I would use more I statements rather than you always, whatever. You did this to me. You, whatever. Don't use the you. The you just is a bomb waiting to happen. So I would just use more I statements. And then if it got hot, I would pause and then come back to it at some point. So if they started getting heated or yelling or throwing, I dismiss myself from the area and just say, I'll come back when you're ready or when you calm down, because I'm not even, you're not talking to me like this. I can't get through. And that person is just, they're on 10 and I can't talk to them. And they're not talking to me because I'm not going to have you screaming and yelling at me. And then if we're able to speak and get across to some reasonable resolution, then we summarize what it is, we come to an agreement, and of course express some gratitude. And then we reflect and move on from there and not go back to it, because going back to it, keep resurrecting stuff like, oh, you remember that one time 10 years ago when you did this and yeah, all that, that's wrong too. So never bring up stuff from the past, because that's just going to be fuel on top of fuel. And then you start off with all that. So that's what I do for conflict resolution. Tingette number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha.
Kenya number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha. Yeah, that sounds like a whole conflict with you and the husband. But I'm glad like everything works out. But you know what? Since recently we've been now we just started with this Judge Bao. I was wondering, like, let's add some injustice in there to make it more interesting. So, what was let's refix this question. When was the time you guys were like having like a disagreement and you felt like some kind of like injustice, like you were wrong in some type of way? You feel like you need to like win back the situation. How did you handle it? How would you handle it? Kenya number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf.
Tenured number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf. Good day, Sergeant Gijan, to the net control. Good day to my seniors and my juniors. Looking back now, I think that when I was younger, because my maturity has had or have had a really big stake on how I handle situations now. When I was younger, if I felt like I was wronged, it's going to be a physical confrontation, especially if it's like a social setting. I didn't really care, because as a kid I practiced martial arts. I've been in fights already, and once you've gotten punched in the face, you're definitely not afraid to get punched in the face from anybody. It's like, yeah, it is what it is. So when I was younger, I didn't really give a damn. It is what it is. You did me something that I didn't like, we're gonna sort it out sooner or later. As I gotten older and I went into like my professional career, I was less aggressive, I would say, but much more assertive. Like, let's say if I was in a meeting and someone says something that is stupid, yeah, I always felt like I had to let them know what you're saying is stupid. But as I've gotten older now, I realize you don't really need to be such a dickhead sometimes. You don't need to inform people when they're wrong. It's not that serious. You just need to let stuff go. And yeah, I think that as I've gotten older now, it really depends on the situation. Because if it's like a social setting, some stuff's just inverted. If it's like a professional setting, yeah, some stuff's just inverted. You just have to have the wisdom to choose your battles wisely, especially when you have a lot more to lose than some people. Some people have absolutely nothing to lose, so they have no problem doing stupid shit. And those are the people I definitely are much more aware of that I need to stay away from, have no type of conversation, don't even engage in any type of bullshit. So, yeah, I think it all depends on the situation for me because as you get older, you tend to have a lot more wisdom, or at least I would think so. Especially how Sajwang is a really good example for patience. Yeah, he has a lot of patience, and I think that has also given me a barometer of having a lot more patience, not just with my personal life and people in my life, but with myself. Having a lot more patience goes a long way. And like you said, if you had to give revenge, it doesn't matter if it's like 10 years, which is a really cool saying, you know. So yeah, back to you, Net Controller. Tinyat number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf.
Yeah, it seems really like over the years you kind of like at first you start off being like, oh, I practice martial arts, and uh yeah, if somebody mess with me, I'll hit back, uh yeah, it seems like you have a lot more control, and as you grow like older, you kind of have to you kind of pick like see like further, like is it worth it or not. Yeah, for me, I experienced something kind of similar. Um, I didn't had like I didn't do martial arts, but um, I did get bullied like in school. Like yeah, I forgot what class it was. They'd be smacking the side of my head and stuff like that. But yeah, I do realize like if you bust their lips and they start bleeding, uh like after that, they don't touch me no more. Like they think like cause I guess like they know next time I'ma bust their lip again if they bully me again. So yeah, that was like at first I stood there like in class. They hit me the side of the head. I didn't do nothing. But then like after a whole month, uh yeah, I lost my cool. I just bust their lips and I forgot what I did, but I realized yeah, uh bullies, school bullies back then, I guess that they're not really as tough as you think because they think the other side is like weak. So um if it's like but if they know they're gonna get their lip busted, they ain't gonna touch you again no matter how like mean they are. But yeah, that was kind of my experience back then. Uh, Tinya number 2, Golf Echo India.
Tinyat number 2, Golf Echo India. My apologies about earlier. I'm still cooking in the kitchen. My hands were greasy and the Zello button didn't like that. Try to do better this time. Good evening, everyone. Kijong, Kijong. Oh boy, disagreements. Well, disagreements are one thing. Actual bullying is something else altogether. Um, disagreement is simply a difference in opinion or misunderstanding that can be communicated through. If a person is just unreasonably against me for whatever reason, Yacht number 2, Golf Echo India. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you got caught off. Well, you can continue.
Thank you for that. My apologies. I'm getting the grease off of my phone now. Um, so, yeah, in instances where I felt like there's been like an actual injustice done to me, um, physical confrontation has not really been an option in my life. That's just not too much of my survival depended on being perceived as the good girl, right? Um, so for me, the way to deal with that, if I can't just verbally make them understand that they are wrong, I get sneaky. Um, I will gaslight them. I spread rumors about a person once. I've gotten people like in trouble with their teachers. Um, like I've, leaked secrets, uh, put shit in their lockers, which, didn't necessarily make the situation better, but boy, I felt better about it. Um, so yeah, I can't throw fists, but or rather, it's not been an option in my life. I certainly can do that now. Um, but yeah, as my Sifu, my kung fu teacher used to say, once they've crossed your boundaries, after having had a warning, because you always give a warning first. Once they've crossed those boundaries, they have lost their right to have a good day. And I take that to heart. So, tin yacht number 2, Golf Echo India.
Very good. Number two, Golf Echo India. I like how you say like I like to do. You like to do shit to them, and then you're like, oh, that's you just find it funny. Uh, there's one thing that I did find funny myself. There was like another like bully in school. Eventually, like I forgot what grade he was, but we went to the same school. But he was like a dumbass, like he's like clowning around. So eventually, like every year, like I would go from the sixth grade to the seventh grade, and like he got held back at sixth grade. He didn't go to seventh grade, and then I kind of find it funny because at seventh grade, like he was like uh his bully day was kind of like over. He was like looking down, low confidence and stuff. And then I bang into that guy in the hall. I believe his name was Harvey or something like that. And the next year I saw this fool again. And then he was still in sixth grade. I think he flunked twice. So I was in eighth grade, and then his ass was still. He just got to like he was still in sixth grade. And by the time I'm ninth grade, like he finally got to seventh grade or something like that. Yeah, he kept getting held back, but I would say that was the funnest moment I seen because later he's like, "Yo, what's up?" I like, "Yeah, what's up?" But then he like his tone was a lot different than um before. I didn't talk to him, but yeah, like I guess that bully day was over for him, and he's like, "God damn, I'm 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 down." Like, and then by the time like I guess by the time I graduated, his ass is still in uh, high school, which is funny to me. I don't know if he dropped out or not, but yeah, um, I would say that's one of my most pleasure moments. Um, let's go to Tinyat number two, Delta November Golf.
Yeah, tin yacht number 2, Delta November Golf. Greeting everyone on the net. Jiajang Gijang. Disagreement, yeah, many, yeah, many disagreement in our life, class, but also happen on the before when I was a chef, right? And a lot of lot of chefs like trying to, there's so many way to doing it, to doing all the how we prep or that kind of thing. It's a lot of disagreement to say this, to say that, you know what I'm saying? But it's the way I look at it is like this, like for example, like as a friend of mine, like another chef, he taking out the shrimp out, you want to defrost it, and he put the in the bucket, but the bucket have a hole, right? So he just put the water there, and then so the shrimp defrost more faster, right? So he can do the side work and finishes the side work, and then he can relax, right? And then the boss walk in, and then like starting to say something like, "Why are you doing this like this? This not good. This not right. Go put some, take another bucket, underneath." So, and after that, you turn off the water, right? And then you say, just wait for a couple, maybe 10, 15 minutes. It's gonna be defrost, right? And then they start like after the boss left, and then he's just like, "What? He don't hear no shit. He don't know what to do on this and that. And then he asking me, who's wrong, who's right, like that. And then I asked him, I just told him like this: the way you sing it, as a chef, we wanna do everything done so we can relax, right? But the boss perspective is hey, you doing like this, you're wasting the water, you're wasting my money. So we need to save money, right? So I told him that's not right and wrong. It's just a different perspective. But at the end, it's the same result, right? So if we work for him and he want to be like this way, we just like follow him because his restaurant. And yeah, I said it's just a matter of perspective. Sometimes it's right or wrong. It's just a different idea, and the way we seeing things. But if we think this right, and we don't lose anything, we just follow what we think is the best for us. And then if other people are trying to say their perspective, and then whatever they think is right, go doing it. So see what is the best result, and this is what is actually what gonna say, is the result. Back to you, Net Controller. Team yet number 2, Delta November.
I have to kind of agree. Like sometimes, like you have two parties and they're trying to get something done, but two people have two different perspectives on how to get it done. But one's like, "Oh, you're wasting too much water." The other one's like, "Well, might be faster or whatever." But yeah, I would say uh, you just gotta pay attention to result and see which one is better. But as long as you guys get to the same goal, getting the food out to the customer, I say it'd be all right. I actually been in a situation where me myself, I wasn't like the person like in a disagreement. I'm like there's two sides, like two people. They're arguing and they're like, I'm right because of this, and the other person tell their side of the story. It's like two different perspectives. Yeah, and I guess that I think they were both like I think they were ex-friends, but I didn't know like okay, like they both have a point, but I can't. They're both my friends, so I don't know who to go for. Like one person is trying to like make me side with them, so like that's what they're trying to do. But it's like, hey, I at the end, like, yeah, I kind of agree with both of them. At the back, I'm playing devil's advocate. I'm like, yeah, you're right, man. And the other person came to me like, yeah, you're right too. So yeah, that's how it went. And then both friends thought I like they like I took their side, and then yeah, it did turn out really it didn't turn out good at all. But yeah, I didn't know what to do back then. Yeah, I didn't get into too much arguments, disagreements, except with my, like the ex parents. But most of the time, when it comes to like outside, besides the ex family, yeah, I'm usually not the one in it, the argument. But let's see. I'm gonna do another call out to see anybody would like to join. Um, then I'll give, if nobody, then I'll give the mic to Sajan. So you may begin now.
Tenyat number 2, Golf Alpha Papa.
All right. 10 yet number 2, Golf Alpha Papa. You may begin.
Thank you, Nick Controller. Good evening, everyone. Sejong Gijang. Yeah, so when it comes to disagreements, I would say that I would always kind of give the benefit of the doubt that maybe I was in the wrong, mostly because I was never sure if that was the case. So I try and give it a moment to be like, well, maybe I'm in the wrong, just so in case that way I don't, when I pop off, it's I'm still righteous, right? I need to double check. I always like to double check to make sure that that did I wrong somebody, and if I wrong somebody, then I try to own up to that. But I also won't just kind of give in just because for the sake of somebody else feeling better. I've had a lot of friends that have or ex-friends that have exploited that shit. A lot of people with ego problems and don't know how to accept responsibility for themselves and had to get checked. And I usually like working with escalation. At first I'll be like, like take it as a joke, or like even be like, okay, whatever, right? But I'd be like, first kind of try to laugh it off. Next phase is like, excuse the fuck out of you, right? And then just speak truth, right, and see how well they take it. And if depending on who it is, if they still want to get, the thing is, like with words, I've never been really good. And once it's obvious that people are like keep flipping the script in a way to like manipulate the truth or gaslight, then I will get aggressive. Like once it's obvious to me that this person ain't interested in being righteous or finding or owning up. They just want to clown or be on some shit. Then I will I guess now that I know the words for it, I let the yeet build up. And once the yeet builds up to a certain point where it just feels right to let it ride, like they'll feel it. And most of the time they'll just back down or back away. Back in the day when I used to go to the bar or club a lot, it was kind of a game because you'd see a lot of posers out there. And they think that because there's security around, they get away with stupid shit. But security knew me, so they didn't mind it if I like tossed people around. So yeah, and once they got tossed around a couple times, that's when they're like, oh shit, yeah, okay. It's like you were saying, like all that bully shit. You can see that ego gets deflated real fast. Now that's not to say that I wanted to abuse that power, but at the same time, it was like let the yeet build up and see where it took me. It's Tunyat number 2, Golf Alpha Papa.
All right. Yeah, letting the yeet build up and then see what it takes. Like, damn. For me, I don't think I would want to go there because I don't want to. I'll have trouble controlling myself if it builds up too high. But yeah, I also had like similar issues before, especially at the warehouse. Lots of the stuff like that, and yeah, it feels like I don't know. It, it it just sucks, but hopefully, I'm glad like you find you have more wisdom now to like uh know what to do in that situation. Yeah, But let's go to Sajon now. Tinyat number 9, Yankee Uniform Echo.
Hi, Leigh and everyone on the net. This is Tia number 9, Yankee Uniform Echo, Echo. The topic tonight is my strength. When you have enough wisdom, you realize that your life is long. And if you look at whatever you're looking at right now and you are so bothered about what's right, what's wrong, right? You look further away and it doesn't really matter anymore. Yeah, like people are trying to um, like screw up your day, giving you a hard time and all that. Well, think about it. If let's say that is like your so-called friend, you can choose to not be friend with them. Why do you want to stick to those guys when they are not giving you any joy anyway? But let's say if it is disagreement between people that you actually have no way to get out of, and it's actually like a healthy relationship, well, such as husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, relative. Well, not all relative, but those that actually matters, right? For that, whenever it comes to disagreement, the perfect and ultimate solution is to find your Tao, right? Like, hey, let the Tao guide you. Why are you trying so hard to fight each other's and then see what's right or wrong or what should we actually do? If the Tao say do that, you do that. That's simple as it is. What if the Tao brings you to something not good? Well, yeah, you experience it and see what you learn out of it. There's always a lesson, right? So, hey, let's say, for example, um, you bought a deck of card with the Yiking symbol on it, which I just did, and I kind of like the thing is kind of hard to read. Let me try to use a paint pen to paint over the symbol. And turned out one of the cards just smudges the paint on the other one, and it kind of screwed up the whole thing. So it was pretty bad, and I can't really go back. But what did that brought me to? That brought me to realize, hey, actually, this card has a number. I can actually look up the number and then see the look again, and I can work on it again later. So that's pretty cool. And I learned something from it, right? Like it's not like the Tao lead you to this. Oh, it's so bad now, right? Whenever the Tao lead you to something and it seems like it's a negative thing, but it's always there's a positive side. Where are you looking? You're looking at the wrong way, then you end up complaining about things in life, and you're never happy. Like recently, I have a flood case right here, and water. Well, if you look at it like, damn, there's so much water, and then this problem, the hassle. Yeah, you're never going to be happy. But think about what are you getting out of it? Oh yeah, because of this, I got a freebie paint job. I got to like finally sacrifice some of the stuff that I will want to get rid of for a long time, but couldn't. And then there was like so much more new things coming in. It's pretty good. So why bother? When you look further away, a lot of things doesn't really matter that much. So I will only say, Lay say that like Lay was saying, oh, I can't really control myself. And so it's because you're not really living a life of a Taoist yet. You're living a life of an ordinary guy. And that's why you're always on yourself. If you're like me, a true Taoist, whenever there's problem, you go back to the Tao and ask the Tao what to do. There's no need to even process that. It's so foolish and waste of time to even try to deal with those problems. Hey, why are you having the Tao at the back to solve problems in life? It's like people who have a calculator, and then when it comes to the time they need to do some math, they don't touch the calculator. How foolish is that? So whenever any one of you have issue like with disagreement or whatever, go to the towel. And especially like you and Wing, right? Or like any couples, I would say like based on my experience, whenever there's a disagreement or something spark up that make you fight, it is always ye. Yeah, there's always ye. So now the only thing you need to think about is where the hell did this ye come from? So who didn't clean up? First of all, go down the list, right? Who didn't clean up? Where did you go? Who did you talk to today? Did we clean up the car? And then you go through all the exorcism, and hey, suddenly no one's mad again. It's very magical. Sometimes it's like an item or some clothing or something, or you went somewhere, someone messaged you, right? Like that kind of thing. The ye is there, you will get screwed. So don't be so much on your stupid normal human logic because it doesn't really matter. First of all, diagnose as a taoist, right? Where's the yi? Anything that screws up your normal harmony, there's yi. There's nothing to think about. There is yi. What you need to think about is where is that yi? And update online so I can help, right? But if you try to like argue and fight each other and see who's right, that's extremely stupid. Anyone who does that, you don't even qualify to be here. It's so stupid because this is the number one lesson I teach all the time. Spot the yi, right? Whenever something like you and someone had a good relationship and something happened and that day the relationship, the harmony is broken. Why? There's yi. So where's the ye? Right? You guys are all Taoists. Please think like a Taoist. Back to you. Team Net number 9, Yankee Uniform Echo.
Thank you, Sajan, for giving us more light enlightenment on this subject. Yeah, I would say now that we're ordained and everything, we shouldn't try to figure it out on our own. Like if there's anything at all, we should like say, oh, okay, I'm having issues right now. I'm feeling something, some type of way. Yeah, and it now that we know like if there's something at all, it's always it's always crap. Like in most of 90 or 100% of the time, it's pretty much crap. And sometimes it feels like it blends in so well you don't realize it until like much later. Then like, oh crap, it is but yeah, we need to like be more aware when things like that happen, and then we gotta go down the list and say like, did you jinx yourself? I remember that happened before, and so sometimes yeah, I was like, did I think I'm me? Then I jinx myself, and then I was fine afterwards. I think it's like during Saturday or Sunday or something when Wayne was around, and I got back from Uber, and somehow I'm feeling mad and frustrated. But yeah, I did jinx myself. Like, okay, I'm back to normal. Um, yeah. So looking at the time, um, it is 9:11 p.m. Toronto time. This is your net controller concluding tonight's net. So we'll see you again tomorrow. Tinyat number 4, Lima Echo India, clear.
Tinyat number 3, Whiskey November Golf, clear.
Tenant number 2, Golf Alpha Papa, clear.
Team number 9, Yankee Uniform Echo, clear.
Tenant number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf, clear.